the kitchen, baby on your hip, stirring something with one hand. You narrate out loud. Now we add the water. See? It's warm. Not because you think they understand, but because the silence felt strange. They're watching your face. They grab your sleeve. You smile without thinking about it. You've already done something that matters more than you know. You just don't know that yet. Most parents believe that brain development is about the big things, the right toys, the right school, starting lessons early. And that instinct comes from love. Of course it does. But the science tells a completely different story. The habits that shape your baby's brain most powerfully aren't the expensive ones. They're the ones happening right now, in your living room, in your kitchen, in the 20 seconds before a nap. In this video, 7 specific daily habits that are quietly building your baby's brain. Habits most parents already do, without knowing what they're actually doing. By the end, you'll never look at your ordinary day the same way again. 1. Narrating what you're doing. You talk to your baby while you fold laundry, while you walk to the car, while you change them for the 3rd time today. You're not expecting a conversation, you're just filling the space. Because the quiet feels odd when someone's watching you that closely. Most parents think of this as habit, or maybe just personality. Some people talk more than others, and it probably doesn't make much difference either way. But here's what the science says about this moment. Betty Hart and Todd Risley at the University of Kansas documented that the sheer volume of words a baby hears in the first 3 years directly predicts vocabulary size, reading ability, and academic performance years later. Not eventually, measurably. Every word you say, even the ones about laundry, is raw material. Your voice isn't background noise, it's the first library your baby's brain will ever have. Your running commentary is not small talk, it's the foundation of language. 2. Following their gaze. Your baby stares at the window, at the ceiling fan, at nothing you can identify. And instead of redirecting them, you look too. Oh, you see that? The light? You follow where they're looking. Name it. Pause. Parents usually think this is sweetness, not strategy. Just being present, attentive, the kind of thing you do when you have a free moment. What researchers found changes everything. Michael Tomasello at the Max Planck Institute showed that joint attention, the moment a parent and baby focus on the same thing together, is one of the foundational mechanisms behind language acquisition and social cognition. It teaches the baby that minds can share a world. When you follow their gaze and name what they're seeing, you're not just being attentive, you're teaching them that attention itself is something you can share with another person. And that's the beginning of everything. Every time you look where they look, you're teaching them how to connect. 3. Letting them struggle just enough. The toy is just out of reach. They strain for it, whimper, reach again. You watch. You let it go a beat longer than feels comfortable. Then you help, not by handing it over, but by moving it just close enough that they get it themselves. Most parents feel guilty about this beat of hesitation, like they're withholding something. The internal dialogue usually sounds like, I should just get it for them. Why am I making this harder? But the research reframes this completely. Adele Diamond at the University of British Columbia demonstrated that small, managed challenges in infancy, moments where the baby must persist just beyond their comfort, are directly linked to the development of executive function, the ability to focus, regulate impulse, and solve problems. You're not being unkind when you pause, you're giving their brain the one thing it can't get any other way, the experience of being capable. The moment they reach something they almost couldn't, that's not a small win. That's their brain learning it can. Stop here for a second. You've already done all 3 of these things, probably today, and you had no idea how much they mattered. 4. Responding to their sounds. They babble something, a string of syllables that means nothing, and you respond anyway. You say, "Oh really?" or "Is that right?" like you understood. They babble again. You answer again, back and forth for 30 seconds about nothing at all. Most parents do this instinctively and then feel slightly self-conscious about it, like they're playing a game with no rules. It can seem more social reflex than anything deliberate. Here's what's actually happening for your baby. Jerome Bruner at Oxford University showed that these proto-conversations, what he called proto-conversation, are the scaffolding for turn-taking, communication, and eventually language. The structure of a real conversation is being wired in long before the words arrive. Your baby doesn't need words yet. They need to know that when they make a sound, the world responds. You are that response every single time. You're not babbling back, you're teaching them that their voice has power. 5. Physical touch during calm moments. Not during play, not during comfort, during the quiet ones. The moment you're just sitting together and you stroke their head, trace their hand, hold their foot for no reason. You're not solving anything, you're just there, touching them gently. Parents often think of this as affection that the baby will grow out of needing, or worse, that they'll get too used to being held. The cultural pressure to avoid spoiling is everywhere, and it lives in the back of every parent's mind during these moments. But here's what the science says. Tiffany Field at the University of Miami's Touch Research Institute documented that consistent gentle touch in infancy directly increases weight gain, reduces cortisol levels, and accelerates neurological development. Touch is not comfort, it's a biological signal that tells the nervous system, you are safe, you can grow. When you hold their foot for no reason, you're not spoiling them. You're sending a message all the way into their cells that the world is safe enough to develop in. Touch is not a luxury in infancy, it is nutrition. 6. Maintaining routines. Same order every morning, same song before the nap, same way you carry them to the crib. You do it without thinking, mostly because it works and you're too tired to improvise. Most parents see routine as a practical tool, a way to signal sleep, a way to reduce fussing. Useful, but not particularly profound, just something that makes the day run more smoothly. What researchers found changes the picture entirely. Megan Gunner at the University of Minnesota showed that predictable caregiving sequences in infancy directly reduce cortisol production and regulate the stress response system. When a baby can predict what comes next, their nervous system stops spending energy on vigilance and redirects it entirely toward learning. Your routine is not just logistical. Every repeated sequence is telling your baby's brain, the world follows patterns and you are safe inside them. That is one of the most important things a brain will ever learn. Predictability isn't boring. For a baby's brain, it's the condition for everything else. 7. Looking at them when they look at you. They catch your eye from across the room, and you look back. Not because something happened, not because they called, just because they looked, and you looked back. A second, maybe 2. Then you both go back to what you were doing. Parents almost never register this as anything. It happens dozens of times a day, and it seems like the smallest thing. A glance. Nothing. But the science behind this moment is the most profound on this list. Alan Shore at UCLA documented that these moments of mutual gaze, what he called affect synchrony, are the primary mechanism through which secure attachment is built. Not the big moments, the small, repeated ones. Every time your eyes meet your baby's and you hold that gaze, the brain releases oxytocin, consolidates trust, and builds the internal working model of relationship that your baby will carry into every human connection they ever have. This glance, the one you don't even notice, is how your baby learns what love feels like from the inside, and it will live in them long after they've forgotten your face from this age. Every time you look back, you are teaching them what it means to be seen. 7 habits. Narrating the ordinary, following their gaze, letting them struggle just enough, answering the babble that means nothing, touching them in the quiet, holding the routine, and looking back when they find your eyes. None of them cost anything. All of them compound. The brain your baby will live with for the rest of their life is being built right now in the most ordinary moments of your day, not in the pediatrician's office, not in a class, in the kitchen narration, and the gaze you hold, and the routine you've repeated so many times you've stopped counting. You don't have to do more, you have to understand what you're already doing. And once you understand it, once you feel the weight of what these small moments actually are, the ordinary day stops feeling ordinary. It feels like exactly what it is, the first years of someone's entire life happening in your hands. If this changed the way you see your daily routine with your baby, share it with another parent who needs to hear it. Better Mommy exists for moments exactly like this one, when knowledge turns something familiar into something you'll never take for granted again. Next, we're talking about something most parents dismiss completely, the moments when your baby goes still and stares at nothing. It's not zoning out. What's actually happening in that pause might be the most important brain activity of the whole day. We'll see you there.